MicroSurvey Layout includes 4 specific MEP routines. Once you've established your instrument on your job site, you can enable the MEP mode by going to the settings and clicking this button right here called Enable Auto Location. You can then start using the MEP routines. For example, point 21, if we rotate our project into a 3D view, and this was a DXF file that I imported with some points, you're going to see point 21 here is up in the air, and that's because it just has an elevation of 0. So this building here is not really referenced to a datum of 0. So 0 happens to be at this point 21. And what I want to do is I want to project that point down onto the floor and then onto the ceiling in this room. And to do that, we're just going to select the point, stake it, and we're going to start with locating the point on the ceiling. So what MicroSurvey Layout will do is it'll use the motors on the total station, and it'll start taking measurements, in this case on the ceiling, and through an iterative process it'll find that plane and then intersect that point and locate it on the ceiling. If we rotate into 3D view here, you can easily see that that point is on the ceiling in this room. And this is one of the nice features in MicroSurvey Layout, and the fact that you can view into a 3D view and just confirm that that location is correct. We want to lay it out on the floor. And now the instrument is rotating. And it's going to start taking measurements and find the floor. And because I'm in a small room here, it has to take a couple of shots here because it actually started shooting shots on a door, and now it's found the floor and it's going to find our location for us. If we rotate into a 3D view, again you're going to see now this point is on the floor instead of on the ceiling. And then just using the laser dot from the total station, I can go and mark that point on the floor. Another MEP specific feature is the pipe penetration routine. I'm just going to pick point 20 and start the stakeout routine, and this time use the pipe through wall. I want to define the other endpoint for my line. And I could also just pick an existing line in this project, but I'm just going to do it using 2 points. And then the next step is to point the laser pointer on the wall that you want to intersect the pipe with. So I'm just moving the instrument just so it's pointed at the wall that I want to auto-locate the pipe penetration. And now the instrument is iterating to a solution. And as you can see here again, here's the red line is the pipe that we're trying to locate. And you're going to see it's found the intersection here on the wall for us. We can just store it and continue. We can store that point if we like. And now I'm just going to point to the opposite wall in my office. And just use the auto-locate routine. And if we zoom out, you're going to see it's found the other location here on the other wall. And we'll store that. And then cancel. Another option with the robot is to use a target with the laser dot. All you need to do is tell Layout that you want to use a vertical offset. And 0.1 meters, that is the offset from the tip of my target to the center of it. And then I'm going to turn on continuous measurement mode, and we're going to lay out 0.33 and lay it out as just a regular point. And what the robot will do is it'll automatically turn the laser pointer up, so it's 0.1 meters higher than the design point, and it's going to take the height of target that you've entered or the vertical offset into account. So now all you need to do is just place your target on line, and just using the laser dot, if you level off your target, you can locate the point. And if you turn on the continuous mode, it'll take a measurement, and you can also just look at the distances inside a layout if you want and lay out that point. And you can see just using the laser dot you can easily locate a point.